Hi guys, my name is Vikram and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we will see that how to create a desktop image, workspace, host pool, and how to add the session host in the host pool. Okay, so log into the portal, and once you log into the portal, you just need to go to your resource groups. In the resource groups, just check for your Nerdio Manager resource group that you created earlier. And the guys who don't know, they can go ahead and watch my previous video. So you will be see how to install the Nerdio Manager and how to configure it. Anyway, so just open this and just find for the app services. And from this, you'll find the URL. Let this open. So here is the URL link, and with the URL link, you can open the console of your Nerdio Manager. Okay, so here we have the link. Let's log into this. Okay, so this is the Nerdio Manager console, and in this console, we'll create a desktop image first. Okay, and so let's create on the desktop image. And from here, you will see two options. One is add from Azure VM and add from Azure library. So if you have any VM in the Azure, you can use that VM as a master image or to convert that into the image, or you can use a library in the Azure that you have operating systems there. So you can just select the operating system and you can convert that into the image. Okay, so we will do from add from Azure library. So click on this one. Then we need to provide the name. I'll give master image, and NRD. I'll depends guys on your naming convention standards. Right, so I'm just connecting for lab, so it's a lab master image. So I'll keep this name in the description also, and the image. So the image from the library, I want to pick up which the operating system that I want to keep it as multi-session host machine, because we'll be using multiple sessions will be connected to the single machine. So I'll select the multi-session, and I'll take the window 10. Okay, so let's take this one, generation 2, and I'll keep the VM size. You can also change the VM size as per your choice or as per the requirement. And so from here, if you drop down, you will see all the versions. You just need to search for that. For example, I want to go higher CPUs, then I can go for D4, where you have 48 cores CPU and 192 of GB, but I don't require that. So what I can do, I'll go for D2 and I'll select this one. You can also change the disk size if you want to select for example, higher level disk, for example 1512 GB, or 102. Depends on you, right? So right now currently I'm just using 128 GB because this is just for the lab test and not for the production environment. Okay, so rest of the things I'll keep the same. That I'll this machine will be this master image will be joined to the domain, so I need to check this box, and the enable time zone redirection, so that will pick up the time zone which is available in my domain controller, and it will set that. Okay, you can also if you want to set up your own timing, you can also do that, but always prefer that whatever the time you have in your domain controller, keep the same timing. Okay, and you have nothing to do apart from this, so just click OK. So it will take like 15 to 20 minutes to create the image. Okay, so I'll show you, and you can also check all the backend process, when creating a desktop image, so what all the steps it performs, so you can check it in the details. So if you go in the details, it will show you that first it's creating a get an image from the marketplace, then AD configuration, storage account, and a lot more. So it will take like 20 minutes to create that. Sometimes it's 15 minutes as well, right? So it depends on the internet speed and that time that what workload is going on the Azure. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll pause the video and I'll come back to you once this is completed. Okay, so this is so let me just pause it. Okay, guys, so this is completed. Okay, and let's close this. I'll close it. Okay, and here is my image. So you can power on the image, you can make the updates, and you can just set as an image again. So that I'll show in the next video that how to update the master image. But this is my master image right now. And now what I'll do, I'll create a workspace, and in the workspace, I'll create the host pool. Okay, so I'll create a workspace, go to the workspace, click on the workspace, sorry, add a workspace, and give the name to the workspace. I say, as per a naming convention, standard naming convention of your organization, you can keep it as per your standards. And this is just a test lab, so I'll make it uh, workspace WS. And what is my resource group? This is my resource group. Nerdio, it's a Nerd RG, and my location is East US. So basically, you can also create in a different, like in the different region as well, right? But then you have your resources supposed to be in the different region, whatever the machines will be connecting to, right? So right now I have all my machines, my domain controller and everything is in the East US. Okay, so I select it and I'll create a workspace. It's very simple. I mean, not very, it's completely like, this Nerdio Manager console is completely a hassle-free. Okay, so see, this is completed. Now in the workspace, now click on the workspace, and now you can create a host pool. So you can create a dynamic host pool, and in the host pool, you can again give a name. So I'll give HP as a host pool, uh, NRD, or I'll keep like NRDH host pool. You can give the same description. Okay, and then you have yeah, this is my multi-user desktop, right? This is my pooled, right? And if you want to know the difference between a single user desktop or the multi-user desktop, you can see my previous video. Okay, so this is I'm using a multi-user desktop, so where multiple users will be connecting to the single VM. Okay, and then I have it. This is my default Nardio AD, where my machines, where it will, this option will tell that which domain controller or where this machines needs to be joined in the domain. Right, and FS logics right now I don't have any FS logics configured, so I'll make it off, or you can make it as default, or if you have any, you can do that. So the profile default, like I did not configure, I think, anything in the default profile. If you see my last video, you can make it as a default profile, no issues. Naming, like name prefix, you can make it like HP as my host pool, and my desktop image. Now now the desktop image, you can create it the same desktop image, you need to pick it up. Okay, this is my like an image, and I'll keep my VM size same, and my 128 GB quick assign. So if you want, you can make it, otherwise you don't require. You just need to click OK. Okay, so profile path is empty. Okay, so is it all right? Okay, so not a default, no problem. We can make it off right now. Okay, no issues, because right now we don't have any path for the profile management, so that's why we can keep it off. Okay, so it will take some time to create that, and let this get created. Okay, then you'll get the option like for a auto scale. Right now we are not configuring any auto scale, so what you can do, you can just simply save and close, and your host pool is basically it's giving me some error. Okay, so let's see that what is the error in this. But this is okay. That was the one basically which was profile path. Okay, but now it is completed. Now in the host pool, now we need to add a session host where my applications will be installed. All right. So this is my host pool, and now I'll add a session host with the same master image, and I'll get all the details whatever I've configured in my host pool. Okay, while creating a host pool for this, so I'll go to add host. See, everything is coming by default, like the Nerdio is my host pool, description, my desktop experience, host pool count, host count. I can keep it like two, three. The number depends that how many session host machines you want to create in your domain, or sorry, in the like in your environment. And host name you can use like I'll keep it like HPVM. Okay, and this will be my VM, and as a prefix you can use it. Then it can create other machines as well by the same name. Right now I'm creating only one machine. And if you want, your master image configuration is different. I mean, your VM size and OS time, OS disk, but you can also make the changes to the desktop image as well, right? So you can very well keep this D2 and 128. This is coming from the master image. The way we configured in the VM, in the master image, VM size and OS disk, but you can also change for your session host separately. Okay, right now I'll keep the same, whatever I have in my master image. So just run now. So again, guys, adding a session host in your environment, it will take like 15 minutes. Okay, so and it's simple, it's a single click, right? But if you go from the from the Azure portal, it required a lot of information that you need to fill it up, right? But from Nerdio Manager, this is very simple. So again, you can check all the details, what's happening in the background. So if you see that, see this is happening in the background and it's creating a VM. So it will take somewhere around 15 minutes. So I'll pause the video and I'll come back. Thank you. Okay, so session host has been added. You see that this is successful and this is my session host. And the name of the session host is hpvm dot. This is my domain name. And you can RDP this machine, or whenever user will connect it, user will connect it to the session host. Right. In the next video, I'll show you that how to publish the applications and how to update the master image. Right. And till then, thank you so much for your time. Thank you.